from folks, from folks,
Frodo?
Frodo, from the small folk, um, from kind of.
Welcome to our cult, the
the
Cult
cult
of
of
Books.
books.
We're
We're
your
your
leaders.
leaders.
I'm Natasha.
I'm Janie.
Welcome, guys.
Hey guys.
We are very excited. Sorry, this is delayed.
A little delayed because we had a lot
Yeah.
of reading to do. Okay.
Yeah. Because this is part 3 of our Outlander read, which has 13 chapters.
Yeah, girl.
So it was a lot. So sorry, this is delayed, but it was really good. We got some good information. So, yes.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We're in the thick of this book now. Done are the intros. We're not really meeting new characters a little bit, but not really. We're on the road.
We are. We are on the road.
Literally. Thusly named. Part 3 is literally named On the Road.
hmm It was so hard to stop at chapter 23 because I wanted to keep going.
Girl, it's been like a week and a half since I read Outlander last. So sorry to our Fable Book Club out there. It's
Sorry,
been a
guys.
while since we've posted in our Outlander chat, but don't worry, we will be returning this week. So by the time you get this episode, we've probably already been reading Outlander again and popped back
Mhm.
in. So thanks so much for joining our book club on Fable. And if you don't know, I'm going to do a plug for our Fable for our Fable book club. We are reading Outlander obviously, but also we're taking our sweet time. So if you are also reading Outlander right now and you'd like to join us, please hop in and get social with us.
Please, please, please. It is very fun.
Yeah.
Also, I was going to tell it before we started recording. So I have my daily bat formations, my little bats.
Cute.
This one was perfect for today because we
Ooh.
just saw each other. So this hanging with you is the best.
Oh, that's
I
so
was like,
cute. Okay,
perfect.
first of all, love the fact you're always so good for a cute and quirky little item, a little
I know.
trinket. Seriously. So I love that you have
Yeah.
a bat formation. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, where did you even find that?
I don't know. It's a Christmas gift from my brother and sister-in-law. It's called Positive Bat, and so I just call them bat formations.
Wait, I love
It's
that. That's iconic.
yeah, they have a bunch. There's like over 60 or something. So I open them, read them, and then save them. That's why this little cup is here. It's my saving cup, so I could just put them back in when I'm done.
Wait, that's so stinking cute. You know what would be really funny?
Hmm.
Is if you took a couple, and here I am plugging Little Free Libraries again, but I think it would be really funny is if you hung them, if you taped them and hung them upside down in a Little Free Library.
That would be so cute.
Be hilarious. I love that.
That'd be adorable. No, my brother and sister-in-law always find me the cutest things or the best things. They're also the ones that got me my jar of fucks to give.
That's exactly it. That's exactly what I was referring to when I was like your fun little trinkets.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Brother and sister-in-law. Thanks, guys.
Shout out. Shout out. Shout out
Shout
to
out.
them. Shout out to them. This episode is actually sponsored by them. Today we're going to
Yeah.
make it we're going to make them sponsor our episode. So thank you so much. Shout out to you guys for sponsoring this episode by providing bat
You don't know this.
formations. You don't know this yet, but now, hi. Thank you.
Thank you. And I just saw them on Saturday and we're like I was across the table from my sister-in-law and after we saw the otter, I was like, "Do you want the pictures?" And she's like, "Yeah," because she was like further from the window.
Mhm.
So I sent her the pictures and then she's like, "We're like 5 miles apart. I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you."
Oh.
It's like I haven't seen them in so long.
Yeah, that's so
It's like
sweet.
I miss you.
Time with family is important. Speaking of
It
which,
really is.
this is going to
Yeah.
segue straight into chapter 11 of part 3. Conversations with a lawyer.
Ugh.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Let's go. Okay.
I'm, like, hyped up still from the show, man. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I have
Um,
energy.
in case you guys didn't know, we just got back from.
Seeing Fantasy Fangirls live in Seattle.
This is so fun, you guys. If you ever get a
So fun.
chance to go and see them at a show near you, a live show near
Mhm.
you, you should definitely do it. It is they they are hilarious,
They're hilarious.
and their chemistry together. First of all, the stage presence was there.
Mhm. No, they have it, they have it.
The audience participation was hilarious too. That was great.
So funny.
That was great.
Oh my god, I loved it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that their episodes are very much like that too, like, it's very that sibling chaos.
Yeah.
I love it. I was telling Judy, I was like, "This is basically us sometimes." Like, the chaos of it.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
it. They were just like a better organized version of us.
They've been doing it for a couple of years, yeah, they have a team.
I was yes, you can tell. You can
Yeah.
tell because
Mm,
it's so like it's so eloquent and like the structure
yeah,
is there. It's perfect. It's like what we
yeah.
truly aspire to be, like
It
structure-wise.
really is.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They were my first book podcast, and I fell in
Mhm.
love with them and their
Yeah.
humor and just everything.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
them so much. Guys, go
Yes.
watch Fantasy Fangirls.
Yeah, check
They
that
do
out.
amazing deep dives, like, amazing. I have not been able to watch the last couple
Mhm.
because I have not finished the Kindred's Curse saga, and I'm just now finishing When the Moon Hatched, so I've not been able to watch anything.
It's almost time. Yes.
Almost. Yes.
Anyways.
Back to Outlander, guys.
Okay. So, Dougal, Claire, Jamie, and Ned the lawyer all set off to go collect rent from folks all over the Mackenzie lands. So, Claire starts to learn more about Ned and how he came to be a lawyer all the way out here because they live rurally. Like, this is a rural castle. It is not near a major city whatsoever, if you could even call cities back then. I mean, sure.
Yeah, the
It's a
main
stretch.
thoroughfare.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a stretch. It's a stretch. Um so he tells her he was always looking for some adventure. I think at this point, Claire is growing a bit fond of him because he's not threatening. Um,
Mhm.
he's kind of nerdy. As time
Yeah.
goes on, Claire starts to put together that Dougal is out, honestly, slyly gathering coins for the Jacobite rebellion. Um, pretty much behind his brother's back, which is the Laird.
Mhm.
Um, and he's doing this in a super nefarious kind of, not even kind of, honestly really shitty way. He's
Yeah.
using Jamie as a tool to show off his scarred back from being whipped by the redcoats and being held in
Mhm.
prison. And look at what they've done to him. He's
We
one
accept
of
them,
us,
one of us.
one
You're
of
now
us.
one of us.
And they treated
Basically.
him in this way, and isn't this awful? Like, they're gonna do this to everybody if we don't react, essentially, to
Mhm.
their war. War is
Yeah.
coming for sure, but like, we need to bring it to them first and foremost.
And let's get a true Scottish leader on the throne is what the Jacobite rebellion mainly is about.
Yep, exactly. So Claire really takes issue with Dougal and does not like his methods. One night when Claire can't sleep, she heads outside to look at the moon and realizes it's been a month since she's been 200 years back in time. She overhears Jamie and Dougal arguing about Dougal's methods, and she kind of step in once they kind of dissolve their fight. They walk away from each other essentially. So she kind of steps into Jamie, and they have another kind of heart to heart, and she's like, I also don't think that the way that things are going about is right. And Jamie's just like, well, he's my uncle, and although I don't agree with his methods, there's kind of nothing that I can do about it. And
Yeah.
she's like, okay, I disagree. And he was just like, what am I supposed to do, Claire? Remember, I'm like literally wanted in contempt. Like, I'm wanted for literally murder. So, like, what am I supposed to do? And she's like, fair, I don't really have an answer for you.
Literally.
Yeah. She's like, I don't really have an answer for you. I'm sorry. Um, so the next day, they're in another tavern, and Dougal is playing his old song and dance using Jamie. And the other patrons of the bar, one of the other patrons of the bar, a younger man, calls Jamie a name, and they start to fight. Jamie obviously wallops his damn ass. And Claire is like, after the fight, Claire's like, how the hell did you learn to fight like that? And Jamie's just like, oh, well, Dougal taught me how to use the sword, and the rest is from my dad. He was like, I growing up, I was such a big ass boy. um, that my dad thought I needed to learn how to fight. And then this is when
Mhm.
we learn how Jamie's father passed away, and kind of a little bit more story of, his time in prison, and
Yes.
like how that, so that is basically conversations with a lawyer.
These were good conversations with the lawyer. We can have these conversations.
Indeed, indeed, yes. Nothing really to do with the law.
No. No, not really. So, chapter 12. The Garrison Commander. So, Claire is really figuring it out as that she's more piecing it together. Dougal really is a Jacobite and Colum is not. She's like, he's no, no, no. So she ponders more about Fort William and trying to get there. So like in her mind, she's like, I just need to get here so I can get going to like my next stop, go home, see Frank, get away from not Frank.
Yeah.
And she just keeps and she's like thinking a lot because they're on the road like a lot. So she's just thinking about all the different sleeping arrangements they've been having. She's either alone in a room and the guys are elsewhere in the tavern, or she has her own tent and everything, but she's not really with anybody by herself, which is very back in the day. um, and Claire is trying to sleep in her room at the inn, and she's hearing footsteps like wood creaking outside, and she's like, "What the fuck? Somebody's here!" And so she grabs, I think, a candlestick, and then she goes to open the door. Well, she opens the door and kind of stumbles out and hits something. It's Jamie, and he is in front of her door in the dark because British soldiers are downstairs getting drunk, and he's like, they're not being good. He's like, I'm gonna keep you safe, so I'm sleeping out here. And she's like, well, come
Aww.
in. I know. She's like, come in and sleep. And then he's like, no, your honor. And she's like, what honor?
She said, didn't you remember that I was literally married?
Right? He's like, I can't do that to you. I can't ruin your reputation. I'll sleep out here. So she gives him her blanket and pillow, and she's like, I sleep in my cloak. It's fine. So he sleeps in front of her door all night because he's like, I need to protect you. And I'm like, oh, this baby. It is the cutest thing. Yes. So Claire's heart is softening a little more to Jamie, obviously. She already liked him, but it's a little more. She's like, this is a good man. Um, and so the next morning, Claire and Dougal head to Fort William alone together. And Claire's pondering how to basically prove she's not a spy for either side. She's like, okay, how do I convince Dougal? How do I convince whoever is in charge here to let me stay and get a ride to my family home? So basically escape. And we get there, and oh shit, not Frank is here. We didn't want that.
Surprise, surprise.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
um, he has Dougal leave the room, and when he's trying to assess Claire, Claire kind of so Frank had a theory that um Jack Randall had like a high up accomplice because he got in trouble a lot in the military, but nothing was done, and they're like, there's somebody high up that is preventing this. And they had a suspicion of who it was, and Claire kind of says that name, like, well, I'm also spying for whoever, I forgot who it is, like this high up French man. And not Frank, like, pauses, like, whoa, you're with him too? Like, what the hell? And he kind of pieces together she's lying, and he punches her in the stomach.
Duke of Sandringham.
Thank you. The Duke of Sandringham. Yes, yes, yes. That man is very interesting. Yeah.
Quirky.
Quirky.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he punches her in the stomach, and then he gets his corporal there, and he's like, "Hold her." And like basically, and has the corporal beat her. Also, he doesn't want to. The corporal doesn't want to, but his commander's telling him to. So he's like, "I have to." Like, what the hell? And so she just keeps punching her, and just yeah, that's kind of where the chapter ends.
I mean, it
Not
just
Frank's a douche.
goes. Yeah, not Frank is like evil. Like at this point, at this point, to us, he was not Frank. Now he's evil Frank. He's transitioned away from being not Frank. He's now
Mhm.
completely evil Frank. Um,
Mhm.
he's just the waste. He's the waste of the waste.
Yeah.
And nobody likes you. Nobody likes
N
you, but
no.
everyone fears you, you
Yeah.
know?
And Claire definitely has a hard time throughout this section differentiating
Mm,
him from Frank, because like she's
yeah.
like, it's his face. She's like, it's kind of his voice, but she's like, but this is not the Frank I know and love, you know? So it's like it's such a hard time. And I totally get it. Like the man you love and married is beating you. But you're like, this isn't my man.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So hard.
She's like the one thing that keeps tearing her out of, the moment where it's her husband in front of her is the way that he smells. That's one of the
Mhm.
things that she's like, ugh, like shakes her out of, her stupor of being like, this is my husband would never treat me this way. Like never in
Yeah.
all the times that I've known my husband, been married to my husband, because they were married for like 6 years, something like
60,
that.
yeah.
Um, my husband would never treat me this way. So she's like having like a mind break, almost like a fracture between
Yeah.
these two men in her life. Um, which would be insane. Somebody who looks exactly like your husband, but it is the literal polar opposite for what we currently know of
Yeah.
Frank, right? How insane would that be? Couldn't even fathom
So
that.
fucking insane.
Yeah.
No, I would be like, I'm what?
I'm what? Exactly.
What?
Exactly. Okay, so we're moving into chapter 13. A marriage is announced.
Dun,
Yes.
dun, dun.
Exactly. Okay, so Claire comes out of her meeting with not Frank, aka Evil Frank, looking worse for wear. Dougal takes one look at her and goes, "What the fuck?" And Dougal's freaking the fuck out at Evil Frank. They're having a yelling match. He comes out of there. He's steamed. He's steamed as a teapot. So he comes out, he takes off with Claire, and they end up at the Devil's Spring, which is basically a hot spring um, that at that time is thought to force people not to lie or else they would be dragged to hell, which is very much like of this era. Like,
Mhm.
we've already witnessed it a few times. There's a lot of superstition going on, and that's just of this time in Scotland. This is a part of the
Yeah.
lore of it all, right? It's part of the lore
Got
and
it.
magic of Scotland. Okay.
Mhm.
So, Claire drinks and cools off from her go round with not Frank. Dougal tells the whole sordid, horrible story of how Jamie was whipped beyond recognition. Firstly by the main person, at Fort whatever it's called. And then secondly whipped to ribbons a second time by Evil Frank. So Dougal also goes on to say Evil Frank is delighted in it. He's clearly very sick in the head. He takes enjoyment from other people's pain. Beyond that, he's like, Dougal's kind of alluding that it's like a little bit more than taking enjoyment. It's a little bit more like living for it. It's a little bit more like,
Aroused.
yeah, yeah. So, Claire is obviously like, okay, that's crazy.
Mhm.
She doesn't even really know what to do with that information. She's just like, right, okay. Her suspicions basically are confirmed that he gains arousal from this, because if we rewind, he tried to assault Claire, right?
Mhm.
And she was like, huh, but he's like not able to because she wasn't really reacting, right? Like she
Mhm.
wasn't giving him, when he was beating the tar out of her in front of his, lieutenant or whatever. She wasn't really giving him what he wanted, which was for her to be
No.
freaking out. He delighted in pain beyond that, right?
The pain and the fear, he wants that.
Yeah. Yes.
Also,
So
she's a woman. Not
exactly.
attractive.
And he's not a lad who's into that sort of thing. Um
No.
he's got a flavor, and um it's Jamie scented. Anyways,
Same.
and you know what? Right, exactly. It ditto. But not in the same way, okay, you freak. Like,
No.
you freak is not Frank also. Anyways. Okay. So, Dougal's getting into it. Eventually they let Jamie go. But he's obviously forever changed from the events of the whipping and just everything that occurred to him while he was in prison, which makes total sense. People don't often come out the same from prison, but this particular stint changed Jamie.
Yeah.
And Claire was picking up on a little bit of that as well.
Yeah.
So Claire's like, okay, why are you telling me this? And he's like, well, it's a bit of character for dear old Jamie, but also evil Frank. And she's like, girl, I did not need a character vouch for Frank. I know he's a real piece of shit. Um,
Yeah.
so Dougal is like, I feel that I need to protect you from evil Frank, and the only way that I could do this is to have you marry within the clan. And Clara's like, what the fuck? No, I'm not marrying nobody. I'm already married. Um, and he's just like,
But her
right,
husband's dead in this time, so
right,
they're like, "You're fine to marry."
right. And he's like, okay, but you're literally English. So, like, to protect you and also to keep you underneath my fucking thumb, I'm gonna need you to marry
Mhm.
somebody. So, listen up. You're marrying Jamie.
Mhm.
And he's like, well, you're marrying Jamie, or you can marry this guy. And she's like, and he's like, okay, or this guy. And she's like, so pretty much her only option was Jamie. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
I wouldn't turn him down, first of all.
Right. Right. But she's so shocked by this revelation, and
Yeah.
it's so beyond her like understanding of like why she needs to, and she really just doesn't want to marry anybody in her mind, right? In her mind palace. She's still married to Frank. She's
Yeah.
still been trying to get away from everybody to go back home because, she just doesn't want to subject herself to remarrying. Remember, she was like on her kind of honeymoon when she fell through
Mhm.
the stones. So her mind can't even conceptualize getting married again, especially to a literal fucking stranger, which all of these guys are. To her, they are all
Yeah.
strangers. The most interaction she's had is like with Ned, with Dougal, and with Jamie. And that's pretty much
Mhm.
fucking it. So she copes, obviously, the only way that she knows how, which is to get literally so piss drunk that evening. Um, Jamie eventually comes to chat with her, and she's like, I'm sorry I'm fucking ruining your life. And Jamie was like, well, I don't really have much of a life anyways, an account of being a murderer on the run and such. And Claire is like, do you care that I've slept with another man? And Jamie was like, do you care that I've never slept with anyone before? And that's how the chapter literally ends, which I was screaming on the floor because I was like, yes, it's for me because I've seen the TV show first. It's TV show accurate, but
Mm.
really it's just that the TV show is accurate to the book. And thank God they left that
This show has done so well because, like, the entire time I said, because I have a movie in my mind while I'm reading. I'm just seeing this show. Like, everything is like perfect with the show. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. There's like I think a couple little things that the show might have added, but it kind of goes well with the story.
in. Mm-hmm.
But it is wonderful. So yeah, reading that part, I was like, it's accurate.
Which I'm glad that they kept that in because for the book, it's
Hmm.
important growth, right? Like it it gives answer to so much of the reason why he is the way that he is. Jamie is the way that he
Yeah,
is. Um it's his choices, it's his immaturity. I think that it like physically places him in your mind like, "Oh, we he's experienced so much and yet so very little." And
yeah,
that connects a lot of things in the story together with his like physical presence.
yeah. It really does, and it makes sense as you said for his character. Like, yeah, it tracks.
Mhm.
It tracks with Jamie.
Exactly.
On to chapter 14. A marriage takes place. Guys, we're getting married. Okay. So Claire may have gotten drunk the day before, obviously. She's like, I can't, I need to drink. And so she just keeps drinking.
Yeah.
So she's having some trouble waking up on her wedding day. The innkeeper's wife washes her and prepares her for her wedding day, and Claire's just like really out of it. And she's having a lot of like feelings because, again, she's married to Frank, but she's also not, so it's just a back and forth. She's like, I'm gonna ruin Jamie's life. I'm married. What is going on? I just want to go home. So, yeah, she's feeling a lot of stuff. And obviously, she's drinking. Obviously. This is
Heavily.
also TV show accurate.
Yeah.
And so she describes her dress a bit, and it's just lots and lots of layers. And I'm like, girl, no. No, thank you.
How are you
Of
gonna
course, there's a
pee?
lot of layers. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's lots and lots of layers. So we get downstairs at the pub, and we see Jamie dressed in full Highlander regalia, guys. Yes, please. Okay, I don't know about you. I have gone to the Scottish Highland Games up here multiple times because my uncles run our clan booth because we're Scottish. And I love seeing the men dressed up. Like, yes, please. Yeah, I love it so much. I don't have like a full my clan dress, but I have like a nice red dress that's very I could wear to a run fair or the Highland Games. It's kind of the same. So I love it so much.
Mm.
So yeah, I love the Highland Games, guys.
So
Last weekend of
yeah.
July, go find some Scottish
Oh
people
my
or
god, that
like
sounds
at
like
least
fun.
ancestors. It really is. It really is. Yeah, so yeah, the regalia, it gets me going. So he gives Claire a pre-wedding gift, his mother's pearls, which he's kept. And I'm like, that's so cute. And he corrects her on his name too, because she calls him Mr. McTavish because he's not, but she thinks he is. And we get his full name. Yes. James Alexander Malcolm Mackenzie Fraser.
Bum ba ba ba.
Full name, ladies and gentlemen. That is a mouthful. I have two middle names. This guy has three. That is a lot. Um, I said, I love the name. It must be my Scottish blood. Just loving the whole thing.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes. Uh, so when they do their vows and such, Jamie gives one of his rings he's wearing to Claire because she's like, shit, we don't have rings. So he pulls one off and gives it to Claire, which is so cute. I love that. And it's next to the ring she wears for Frank. And so it kind of very symbolizes, like, it's kind of together, kind of not. And I know later she wears them on different hands.
Mhm.
And it's very very much her two worlds.
Yeah.
Because I know in the show they have like a handmade ring, and it's older looking, and the one from Frank is like gold and like new, and so it's like very much her two lives.
Symbolism.
I love it. So in Scottish culture for weddings, you literally tie a knot. So it's called hand fasting. So they have their hands together and a knot is tied around it, which I love.
Yeah. Romantic.
It really is. And then they also have to cut their wrists with a dirk and then bound, like put their blood together basically, like this, to merge the blood, merge the clans, basically, is what it is. So now she's Scottish because she has Scottish blood. Um, and I was like, "Can you tell they didn't care about disease also?"
Yeah. And also Claire is like, what the? She's like, ow.
Yeah. What the hell is blood?
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, they got married in a church, and then I always forget that they kidnapped the cleric. Like, kind of forced this man
Yeah.
to marry them,
Yeah.
which is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But yay, we're married now. Food, I'm fucking starving. Let's go. Food time.
Food time. Okay. So, moving right into chapter 15, Revelations of the Bridal Chamber. So, Dougal
Ew.
makes it very clear to Claire he does not want any contest that the marriage wasn't consummated. So, Claire and Jamie go into the marriage chamber, and Jamie is like, look, listen, check in with me here. I've seen cats and dogs do it. It won't take us that long. Let's actually talk for the first time. That's like really talk and actually get to know each other, and we're going to have to do it eventually, but hey, listen, let me level it with you here. So,
Which
he
I
wants
love.
real talk. I mean, at least this story would have gone a very different way if he would have, taken advantage of her now that
Yeah.
which it wouldn't have been his character whatsoever.
No, it's not his character at all.
So we're getting our soft and tendy Jamie the way that we like it. Um
Yeah, we do.
he wants to make sure Claire knows that he's there for her and will take care of her mind. Like, he is really like, listen, now that we're married, I'm going to take this shit really seriously, okay? We're seriously married. I'm going to
Seriously.
take care of you, mind, body, spirit, soul type shit, which Claire is like flabbergasted about, right? Um she's like, okay. He asks for complete honesty. She agrees. And then he gets into his family history. Um, and he lore drops that he fought in the French War and remained a virgin through the entire thing, which Claire was literally shook to her damn core about. She was like,
Mhm.
"What do you mean?" And he was just like, "Yeah, I was just like fighting in a war." By the way, there's a novella called Virgins, which is about his time fighting in the war. It's it's a prequel really to this series that was written later, but
Mhm. I
anyhow.
wanna read it.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. I definitely want to know about his time in the war. There's the fucking thing about Jamie is that there's so much goddamn lore on him, and he's like literally 23 years old. Not even. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's like 23ish in this book, and he's what a life he's already lived.
Maybe.
What a life he's already lived. Okay, so Claire was literally shook about that. They do consummate the marriage. Not much spice, but alas, it is the first time. Certainly not the last time. Um,
Thank God.
Jamie is rather intuitive in the bedroom. Per. Um he's like, I used my own best judgment when it comes to a woman. Clara's like, thank God you did. They do it a few more times. It's kind of hot.
It really
um
is.
Claire wakes up from a nightmare. Jamie wakes up too with a knife in hand. Like, he's like, what is that? Um and
It's like
Claire literally, like, he this part in the show is
oh, later.
so hot, by the way. When he wakes up and pulls a knife out from underneath the pillow. Oh my god. I don't know
And he's
why.
nigga.
I don't know why. Yes, first season Jamie. Oh my god. And I'll never stop talking about it. Um they eventually like settle back down and go back to sleep, and Claire wonders why the hell would he wake up and have a knife like ready to go? What could that possibly be from?
This also made me mad a little because I was like, "Claire, you're in 18th century Scottish Highlands.
Yeah.
Like, do you know they're fighting? You know Jamie's a wanted man. He's gonna wake up with a knife because like somebody's breaking in, somebody's doing something. He's protective. He's a warrior first and foremost. He's gonna be like, I'm ready to go. I need to protect my now wife. I need to protect myself. Like, he's gonna wake up with a knife. It's not safe.
Also, didn't you guys just have a conversation about how he fought in a war?
Yeah.
Like,
Like this whole thing, I was like, Claire.
but also like didn't you also weren't you also a nurse in a war? Like, don't you know,
Yeah.
haven't you ever witnessed, maybe they didn't have a title for it yet, but like PTSD?
I was just thinking that, yeah. Yeah.
So, it is a little bit like what you're wondering for is dumb. Miss Ma'am, you need to
Yeah.
you need to think for a second or 1 second
1 second.
and then it would make sense. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that was just my little gripe about that. I was like, Claire, use your fucking brain. Like,
Seriously.
hello. I'm gonna have a knife under my bed. Hello. Excuse you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to protect myself.
Mhm.
Okay. Chapter 16, guys. One fine day with one fine man.
Period.
Am I wrong?
No,
No.
absolutely not. Yeah.
No. Okay, guys, so we're married and we consummated marriage. Yay! Multiple times. Hell yeah. Now we're like, not Frank can't take us. Thank God, because we're Scottish. Because marrying makes us Scottish. So I get it. Um, and her and Jamie talk a lot more, and he says he returned to Castle Leoch. Because she's like, why did you return, here? Because he's like, one, the English would probably arrest him if he went back home. Makes sense. And two, his sister Jenny was pregnant with Randall's child. Awkward. And Jamie, and he's like, she doesn't want me there. She's mad at me. He's very much like, no, I'm gonna stay away. Like, she doesn't need to see me. Like, she doesn't want to see me. But did you talk to her? No. So Jamie and Claire have a very casual day. Like, they're fishing, tickling trout. What the fuck is tickling trout, guys? He said they're doing that, and I was like, what? You.
I don't think I want to know, dude. I don't think I want to know.
The way Claire was describing it, basically, his hand was like in the water and he would like slowly move his fingers.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah. Which is like, okay, so kind of hot that he like caught a trout with his bare ass hands, but also like, ew. Why'd you have to call it that? You know?
but maybe tickling trout has taught him a few things. What else those fingers do? Nicole inspired me, okay?
Oh my god. Okay, continue.
And they're also just lounging in the grass after they tickle trout. During this, Claire thinks of Frank, and during, just like, what I miss him type of shit. And she moves away from Jamie as they're kind of cuddling. And she's like, I'm gonna go grab some medicinal herbs, like kind of an excuse, because she's like, I gotta go. Jamie is very astute to her, like, why she's doing that. Like, he's very in tune with her. And he comments on Claire thinking about Frank. And he's like, you're thinking about, your husband. It's fine, And Jamie's like, I know you're thinking about your husband. I don't remember if he knows his name or not. I think he does.
I don't know. She's kind of kept a lot of the details of her marriage from this point. She's kept a lot of the details of her life previously pretty secretive. Like Jamie, we find out Jamie was hiding a lot. Okay. What Claire is hiding is like doubly the amount of what Jamie has been
Yeah.
hiding. And it's like, because it's so completely, I mean, no, it's unbelievable. Completely
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like so I again, I think she mentioned his name like once or twice, like in passing type shit. So Jamie's like, I know you're thinking of your husband, and I know you don't have room in your head for both of us, types thing. So especially when he touches her, because then she's like, she feels like she's betraying Frank, but honey, Frank ain't alive yet. But I get it, because in your mind, I'm gonna go back home any second now.
Yeah.
So I get it. And so Jimmy, he's so cute and smart, and he's like, I can distract you. And he kisses her and cuddles her, and they fuck, of course. Of course. They're on their honeymoon. What else do you do on your honeymoon? You're gonna fuck. Obviously. And so then they go back to the inn, and Claire kind of was asking him, like, what did you do beforehand, before the wedding? And Jamie tells her he gave Dougal 3 conditions to marry Claire, and this is hilarious. They must marry in a church, all proper and shit. Legit. 2, he will marry, but not have his wedding on the road to consummate with 20 men watching. So basically, they need to stay where they're at. Like, we're not gonna go fuck on this side of the road. So stay here. And they're like, all right. So that's why Dougal and Ned left with a few others to go collect rents and do more Jacobite collecting. But they've stayed in the inn for another couple days.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3, the third condition, Dougal must find something for Claire to get married in, something beautiful, because he knew she didn't want to marry, so he wanted to make it special. That's so cute. Jamie, I love you.
He's a one of a kind, that Jamie.
He really is. And so they get inside the inn, and Rupert comes up to them, and he had won some money off some British soldiers that were there, playing poker. And he's like, I won this. Here you go. It's a wedding gift. And I'm like, cool, I'll take money. Rupert is great. He's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jamie calls Claire Modun, which basically means my brown-haired girl or lass. Or it also translates to like my brown one, I think.
Yeah.
There's like multiple different translations. So
Baby's
either way, I
baby's
think he means
almost first pet name. This is like her second pet name.
I
Yeah.
know.
Which is
Ugh.
yeah.
Because Sassenach's the best one, obviously.
That's the best one. Totally agree.
I'm sorry. It is perfect. And while they're all so they go back up to the room, consummate again, of course, of course. And Jamie kind of plays a guessing game of like, who the fuck is Claire? He's kind of asking her questions, and she's like, nah. She kind of keeps it quiet still because she's Claire. And there's a lot of shit. There's a
Yeah.
lot of shit, and it's not safe really for her to share
Mm-mm.
because she's a witch. Burn her, type shit. So she keeps it hush hush, obviously. End of chapter 16. I was like, what chapter was that?
Chapter 16. All right, moving on to chapter
16.
17. We meet a beggar. So Claire and Jamie are just real and fully honeymooning during this chapter. They go out to explore the countryside from their little cottage. When they're out there, they get shot at by an arrow, and Jamie tells Claire to get down. Suddenly, Jamie knows who shot at him because he can tell by the feathers on the arrow, which is just like, okay, sure, totally.
The wind blew this way.
Yeah, straight up. So he tells Claire to get down. Suddenly, Jamie knows who shot at him, and it turns out to be his old friend Monroe. Claire is kind of aghast by this man. She literally refers to him as a pumpkin, then as a creature.
Oh,
Jamie, which is just like, I was like, okay, bitch, judgmental much, Savannah, slow down. Like,
right.
who the
To
fuck is
quote
you?
Fantasy Fangirls here, Claire gets an L. She gets a big L for that. Like, Claire, it's a fucking person.
For real, for real. And clearly, like, a friend of the man himself, Jamie. So it's just like, what the fuck?
Mhm.
Anyways, So Jamie reveals that Monroe was a slave while there was some religious zealots trying to convert the Scottish countryside. They broke his leg and burned his feet with acid, cut out his tongue. Um, sorry, not acid, but they poured boiling oil over his feet, and so it's,
Yeah.
this guy is like deeply disfigured by this horrible religious zealot that came across their
Mhm.
country. Monroe uses sign language to communicate, and Jamie seems to understand it very well. It's also revealed that Monroe has an official license to beg within the Scottish countryside, so he knows all the damn gossip about what's going on. Jamie asks him to send a message, and the chapter ends with some canoodling between Jamie and Claire. Yeah, they are at this point well and truly falling in love with each other. It's
Oh,
very, very
absolutely.
evident. Very evident.
It's so cute. Oh my god, I love it.
Hmm.
Yeah, the Monroe stuff, like, I remember meeting him in the show, and it's just, like, it is heartbreaking because it's, like, they did all this horrible stuff to him, and usually you can only have, what, a license to beg in, like, a particular, like, area? Like,
Hmm.
1 you only get 1, but
Hmm.
because of all of this shit with Monroe, he has everywhere. He has a lot of places
I
because they
also,
feel bad for him.
yeah, they feel, yeah, he's, clearly like been through a lot. And is
Mhm.
a respected member of the community. I don't know about respected, but he's certainly a member of the community, and he's still like one
Mhm.
of us, one of us. So,
Exactly.
you know, point blank period, the man deserves the respect, and at least to be able to, find a living, because he couldn't do most traditional tasks, right? Like, that is obviously recognized. Also, I want to say that this is not really evident in the show what all has happened to him. I don't think they like go into that much detail about what exactly has happened to him. I only really remember them talking
Mm.
about how his tongue was cut out, and he's kind of has a bedraggled
Yeah.
presence, and that he's a beggar and that sort of a thing. And they go into way more
Yeah.
detail in the book about what exactly happened and like his background and all of these things, which I think shows that, at the time in the history of Scotland, there's a lot of control trying to be garnered over these people, and it has just wreaked havoc across the countryside. Like, they haven't known peace in a hot ass minute from oppression.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, they really haven't, and it's very evident with Monroe and everything, so yeah. Yeah, the book definitely went into more detail, and I liked it because I wanted to know more about him, and I hope we do get to know more about him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, clearly, this character was dropped in because he's going to pop back up at some future point in the story.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Fingers crossed. Okay, chapter 18, Raiders in the Rocks. So we're leaving the inn, finally. Claire is asking Dougal how the talk with Not Frank went, and he's like, "Don't worry, Not Frank won't come bother you. He's gonna leave you alone. He's smart enough not to fuck with Colum." Okay, but I get it because it's a clan lair, and it's like he's chief. Like, don't fuck with him.
I wouldn't.
So Not Frank's that. Yeah, no, Not Frank's smart enough to not do that. So while they're camped out one night, there's guys are sitting telling stories, singing songs, and telling tales, all the superstitions, and I love this so much. And, talking about horses in the water, and I was like, Nessie? Nessie clues? I love Nessie. So yeah, so I'm like, this is definitely Nessie. Suddenly Claire's like looking around, she can tell that every man is like very tense and she's unsure why. And she's like leaning against Jamie and stuff sitting by the fire. And Jamie is tense too. And he's like, someone's nearby. She's like, oh shit, because the horses are getting like restless. They're like kind of like not pouncing, but like walking around, like stepping in place type shit. And so he's like, when I tell you to, go hide. And so the guy, I forgot who it is, Murtaugh, somebody is just telling a story. And they're just still talking. He's like casually still continuing, but all the guys are kind of moving towards their weapons in like a very casual way. And then all of a sudden, like, they give the signal, and Claire goes and hides in the crevice. She has a little knife, so she's holding it. And the guys are ambushed by other Highlanders. And you're like, oh shit. Jamie and Dougal are fighting back to back in the center with their swords, and Dougal gets hurt, but they're also badasses. They're still fighting. And Murtaugh is guarding Claire. He is off to the side in the shadows because she sees it. She's like, somebody's here. She's like, oh, it's Murtaugh. It's fine. So he was set to the side to guard him. And Murtaugh, honestly, is one of my favorites. I love him so much. Besides Jamie, it's Murtaugh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is up there. I love him. His sass is the greatest thing.
Truly.
I love a sassy guy. So
Yeah. Truly.
yeah. So yeah, we get a fight. It's a raid by another clan, basically. They take off, we get them away. Everybody kind of settles for bed, and Jamie is feeling kind of randy. So he wants to have sex. And Claire's like, there's other people around us. He's like, I'll be quick.
Okay. Okay.
And they both were quick.
Real question. Things are high. Tensions are high, right? They almost got. Well, I don't know about almost. These guys are excellent warriors, but like the bloodlust, right? That's basically what's going on,
Mhm.
right? It's high emotions. Would you in in Claire's
I know where you're going.
shoes, would you do the same thing?
I don't know. Because again, like everybody's asleep type thing now. It's like they've settled down. It's like,
Yeah.
but maybe? Because it's one of those, I slipped through the fight. I saw my man kind of almost get attacked. You know, it's kind of hot.
Yeah, it's Jamie, first of all. It's Jamie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
first of all, Jamie. It's one of those like maybe I don't know, but probably I wouldn't be able to keep quiet, so probably not.
It's real questions. It's real questions. Yeah. Felt.
Real question, yeah. What about you?
I
It's like
don't know. Like so
there's
like
pros and cons, man.
your adrenaline is like here,
Mhm.
right? You're not and also like you're married. You know, you're married, you're the only wife on the road with everybody else. Like he's young. He's got a lot of virility kind of a deal. You know, maybe maybe it
Mhm.
might be kind of like a hard sell for me maybe, but again, if it's Jamie, pretty much you can have me whenever. So,
Yeah,
so
yeah. It's one of the again, it's a situation we're not in that situation. We don't know what our adrenaline's gonna be like. We don't know if we're gonna be like, yeah, fuck me right now.
yeah.
You know, because there's like the other part later too, where it's like, I don't know. So yeah. So the next day, the guys kinda are giving Claire a lesson on how to use her dirt because she doesn't really know how. They just Jamie gave it to her to protect herself, but she's like, I don't know how to do it. And so they say Rupert is your best teacher. So he's gonna teach you how to stab and kill a man, which is honestly a great lesson. Every woman should know how to do this, how to defend yourself with a knife and without a knife, basically. So I just
Agree.
loved it. First, I loved it's needed. Second, it's fucking adorable that Rupert's like, let me teach you how to do this. He's
Mhm.
like, somebody come here and be my dummy, basically. So he's telling her like where to stab upwards, downwards, like the best motion for the certain area, basically. And also then your best bet is like in the back, up to the kidney. Just stab.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so yeah, take notes, ladies.
For real. For real. And don't forget most police stations, this is a side note for all of our deities in the chat here. Most police stations have a women's typically self-defense course that they run at least once a
Oh,
month. So I found that out recently. So if you're ever in
oh.
this day and age, if you're ever feeling like you need to learn how to protect yourself, check with your local police station. They might be running one near you.
Yes. I I feel like I would know. I would try. I would like scream and fight. And it's one of those. I know, like palm of your hand.
Mhm.
nose and shit, scream. But also, I was reading a book and they're teaching the FMC like self defense, and like somebody's behind you. Do you know what to do? I was like, yeah, sing. Miss Congeniality
Oh my
album mode.
god. Don't know if that's
Like, yeah,
great
solar plex.
advice, but oh, now I
No, but they
understand.
said,
Right.
yeah, no, solar plex, instep, nose, groin, sing. So I'm like, yeah, Miss Congeniality taught me what to do.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that movie. That's so funny.
I love that movie. So yeah, so all of these lessons, they also make a dummy. So all the guys go off and make a dummy of like clothes and straw and grass, whatever they can find, for Claire to practice on and actually kill somebody, but to practice stabbing because she's like, I want to know how to stab, what it's gonna feel like, somewhat. So they put like branches to act as ribs, and I'm like, that's freaking smart.
Yeah.
Okay, like use what you can. That's freaking smart, man. And then they talk about like, oh yeah, they also have some guns. Sometimes it's like it's a nice full 18 inches. I'm like, big gun, huh? 18 inches.
She's like, yeah, because she's like, so what do you guys do if they get within close combat? And they're like, pull out my gun and shoot them. And she's like, okay, give me a gun. And they're like, no. She's thinking of, right, in her mind, she's thinking of like a modern gun. Little does Claire know.
Mm-hmm.
Little does she
It's
know.
like the musket, you have to like load the ball.
That shit will put you on your ass. And Jamie he's a big ass dude, and he's like, okay, this literally like rattles my whole damn arm. And she's just like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
so, and he's like, this will put you on the ground. We're not giving you a
Mm-hmm.
gun, Claire.
No, no, Claire.
No, Claire, no guns for Claire. You can have a knife.
Not until we know you can defend yourself.
For real. Yes.
Chapter 18. I have to make all the sexual innuendos. Come on.
Of course. You have, naturally. Who would we be if we weren't inserting those? You know what I mean? Who would we be?
Exactly.
Anyways, okay.
Creepy.
So chapter 19, this is just called the water horse. The water horse.
Water.
Water.
It's
And
your notes is one word.
you know what? And that's it. Nessie, mic drop. Nessie shows up. Claire and Nessie have a moment. It makes sense. Somebody else sees Nessie. He falls on the floor. He pisses his pants. She's like, it's literally just Nessie. Move on with your life. And that's the end of the chapter. I love that. This is like a fun, because I love this little chapter, right? It's like a page and a half long, something like that.
Yeah.
I thank you, Diana, for inserting this fun little chapter into this story, because we are in like we're basically having like a training arc, right? It's basically what's been
Mhm.
happening. So it was fun to just have like a feel good chapter, if you will, inserted into the thick of it. So it could kind of like break you out of the story and be like, oh yeah, like remember that this is still like a fun magical land. Remember that? Remember that this is still like Scotland and it's all its magicalness. And just
Mhm.
thank you so much for inserting that. It was a nice like little like
I know.
hee hee, and then you get right back into it, right?
I think Diana's saying that she believes in Nessie.
Yes. Yes. And you know what? Good. All the cryptids and the creepy crawlers,
Love it.
good. Fine. Fine with me. All good.
Fine. It's fine. It's
Mhm.
perfect. So yeah, that is chapter 19, guys. 19 is so short. I pulled up the notes and I just saw Nessie. I was like, is she gonna add to it or is that it? Nope. Then I read it. I was like, nope, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. No need.
So then chapter 20, Deserted Glades. I forgot what this is. Was this a gift to Claire? There's something
Mm.
something about a dragonfly and Everflight, a dragonfly and Amber, and I was like, that's a book title. No, that's a book title. Is that a clue?
I a clue.
A clue. It's a Blue's Clues.
Blue skidoo, you can too. Genuinely, I don't remember. I'm sorry. I'm the worst.
I
I
don't
read this
remember
book
either.
too, but I genuinely don't I don't remember.
Yeah. I just was listening and I was like, a dragonfly, and I was typing my note. I just got so excited about the dragonfly and Amber, and that's actually the second book I looked. So it's the one right after this. And then we're getting a little more backstory about Jamie, and he's saying like he was shot, but basically right before Claire found them, he was shot, by what Claire thought were the British Army, the Redcoats. No, he said the shot came from behind. Those were his own men. He's like, Dougal shot me, I think, or Rupert. Like, what the fuck? Your uncle shot you. Okay.
Yeah. That was pretty fucked up. It was
So yeah, we don't know Dougal or Rupert shot Jamie. We don't know. He says somebody from behind his own people. So we're like, Dougal, what the fuck? I just blame Dougal. I'm pretty sure it's Dougal. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it's Dougal. Because Dougal's kind of a douche. The actor's hot. I love the actor. Hate his character.
Yeah, Dougal's. Anyways.
Yeah, and you know what's so funny? So McTavish is kind of the name throughout the show.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually his name in real life. His name is Graham McTavish. And I'm like, that's cool as shit.
You know how the fantasy fangirls say, "God damn it, Dane"? This is "God damn it, Dougal."
Mm-hmm.
God fucking
yes!
damn it, Dane. Yep.
This is our GFDD.
Yes, this is our GFDD. That's iconic.
Fucking Dougal. So Claire and Jamie go to get water. She's like, they're gonna want water. And he's like, no, they know we're gonna be a little longer. Wink, wink. And so while they're in the middle of getting frisky, two British deserters come up on them, have Jamie get off Claire, kind of have like, I think a sword to his throat, basically like get off her. And Claire's at gunpoint because there's two of them. So, and they're gonna attempt to rape her, which no. Luckily, nothing happens.
Trigger warning.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she reaches down and grabs the knife and stabs this guy because it's in her thigh. So she like kind of bunches her skirts like she's like scared and hiding, and then she grabs her knife and stabs and kills the guy. And it distracts the other guy enough that Jamie's able to kill him. And they run off to a new spot, and then they're like hazing, like kind of going into shock a little bit. They kind of have sex. it's that quick coming together, the adrenaline, like from earlier, but this is like something could have happened. Oh my god, are you okay? You're fine. Let's go. So they just finished, and then Dougal comes up and makes a small comment about like, somebody could sneak up on you, if you're not paying attention. And Claire just starts laughing. Cause shock. Fucking weird. Some people have laughing fits, some people go quiet. Like, shock does different things to you, and it can be dangerous, honestly. Shock can be dangerous. Because your body doesn't really know what to do, and it kind of maybe shuts down, and it's not safe. Yeah. Shock is scary.
Yeah.
Jimmy leaves Claire in a spot alone. Like, he's like, stay here. I'm going to go meet Horrocks. Because this guy can get Jamie's name cleared, and we want that. But Claire's like, I want to go with you. And he's like, no. Stay here. I'm going to beat your ass, basically. Because I'm going to spank you, but not like beat, but, Basically, I'm going to turn your butt red. If she leaves like this area of trees. And guess what? Does she listen? Yeah, she does, of course. No, she doesn't fucking listen. No, she doesn't listen, guys.
Side note for you here. Horrocks, because we haven't yet mentioned who Horrocks is. Horrocks is a deserter of the Redcoats, and so Jamie doesn't really trust him with being able to clear his name, but it's kind of his like it's his last opportunity to like perhaps get his name cleared. So he's definitely going to take the opportunity to try to make it happen. He wants to live a free and clear life. Who wouldn't in his position? Now he's married and he's happy.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So yeah, he Claire's like, it could be a trap, let me go with you. And he's like, if it's a trap, I'll have the others. It's fine. Like, no, that's why Claire's a little upset also, because she's like, how do you know? I want to go with you. I want to get answers too. Because again, they're falling for each other. So she wants to know and get Jamie's name cleared. Because she's like, I want to help you. And so again, Claire doesn't listen. She leaves this area. She kind of wanders. And then she's just wandering around, and she looks up and she's like, oh shit, it's Craig Nadood. It's where I need to go home. So what did she do? She runs off. Runs to it, but there's a river she has to cross. So she's jumping from rock to rock. Because that's safe and smart. I don't even do that when it's like this much water. I'm gonna fall in.
I don't know what her for somebody who's so well traveled as it says, you would think that she would have some kind of common sense to just walk in the damn creek, walk in the damn river to
Well,
disguise your steps, but like, Miss Girl, why are you jumping on rocks? You know what I mean? Suck it up, get your ankles wet, and get to moving. You know, if you're being so serious, she's like frolicking around. What are you doing? You know?
I think it's really deep because remember she goes under, like she goes in, guys. She falls off the rocks,
Yeah.
goes in, and she sees somebody in like above her, like a dark shadow. She's like, "Oh shit, it's Jamie. He's found me. You know, he's gonna be mad." So she surfaces because it's deep, so it's not like a
Mhm.
true creek. I think it's more like a river, but still, it's like, why the fuck are you hopping rocks? First of all,
Mhm.
second of all, it's not Jamie. It's not Frank. And she's like, "Fuck." So he pulls us out and we're get taken away to not Frank's hideout.
Mhm.
Fort William, I think it is, yeah. So she's like, "Ah, fuck."
Yeah. Yeah. She's chapters.
Yeah.
She's chaptered.
Mm.
She's captured. Oh, brother. Yeah, Claire. Not
She's
your
chaptered.
she's chaptered. She's locked and loaded. This was not your greatest move, Miss Claire. I will say. This was not even a move that you should have taken. You know, Jamie was
No.
so serious, like, do not move from here. He knew it was dangerous territory. Yet here she is. She go, "Oh, maybe I could go home, girl. Miss Girl. What are you doing? What are you doing?" First of all,
Oh,
you had such a heart to heart with your man. Now all of a sudden you're just ready to leave this man because you
I
think you
know.
have an opportunity? Like, she didn't even dot her I's and cross her T's. She didn't even attempt to make sure that it was a good time for her to actually leave and, like, take a look around or, like, look and listen. Miss Girl just said, "Guess I'm gonna go drop on some rocks." And then, of course, you know, she didn't take her shoes off or nothing. She's wearing no grippy
Huh.
soles. Come on, girl.
No.
In these old style dresses that are heavy of these old, you know, of natural fibers. Like, she may be able to
Yeah.
swim, but your clothes is going to drown you. And that's certainly what
They're gonna pull
almost
you
happened.
under.
Exactly.
And this is where it slightly differs from the show because she does kind of wander off and she's like, "I'm gonna go to the bathroom" because there's a guy that stays with her. And she sees the rocks and is running, calling out Frank's name because in modern time, Frank is there and kind of calling for him. They hear each other. And so she's running to the rocks, calling his name. And I remember in the show, I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you shouting across the countryside?" And this is where she's like almost touches the rocks, and then they grab her away from it.
Yeah. So
So this is
definitely
where it differs.
not quite the same. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But still, it's her being a dumbass.
For real. So
Yeah.
moving into chapter 21, Un mauvais quart d'heure after another. I butchered the fuck out of that. That's some French ass word. And I don't,
It's
I'm
this.
sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what it means. So Miss Claire was almost really messed up by evil Frank. Basically, Frank gets her aside. He's threatening her. He's trying to, you know, he's like, "Who are you really, dead ass?" And she's just like, "I'll never tell you." And so he's beating the shit out of her. And he's, again, trigger warning, he's gonna
Mhm.
sexually assault her.
Trigger
And
or flip too, yeah.
pretty much was going to do that. It's basically got her down on the floor, ready to do so.
Mhm.
And um what did you find out about it?
Basically, it is a bad quarter of an hour. So basically,
Mm,
refers to a short, uncomfortable, embarrassing, or stressful experience, although it literally implies 15 minutes. It
mm,
usually signifies any brief, difficult, or tense period, which makes sense
sure.
for this chapter.
Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. Okay.
Mhm.
So, you know, all this fucked up shit goes on between evil Frank and Claire. She's very, you know, she's very much trying to fight him. He's very much like, "Heh heh heh, I got you now." And very luckily, and by the skin of her chinny chin chin, Jamie swings in to save her ass yet again.
Mm-hmm.
We find out basically that Evil Frank is very fucking evil and can only get, you know, hard for, men. It also kind of turns out that he's first of all, he's not into the lady folk. He's into the men folk, but he's also only into the men folk when they're getting tortured. Like, our man is like very fucked up in the head. And Claire locks into that
Very.
and also starts to poke and prod at him for that. She's
Mm-hmm.
saying things to him, and it's like it is pissing him off, like even more so. And she's kind of just like, I get, she can't stop herself. The fiery side of Claire, she can't stop herself from running her own damn mouth, right?
No.
So Jamie
Her mouth gets
swings
into trouble.
for fucking amongst other things. Her actions, her mind, everything. She does not. She cannot put away. First of all, I'm just wondering all the time. I'm wondering with this damn lady, where the fuck is your survival skills, dude? This she has the survival skills of a goddamn street pigeon. Like, legitimately sometimes.
Fair.
So Jamie, swings in, saves the day. But before all of that, this is where Claire reveals that she knows about the Duke of
Mm.
Sandringham. So at this chapter. And Evil Frank basically decides then and there, he's like, you're going to die, because what do you mean you know about that? And there's no fucking way that you're also working for him too. I would have known about that. That would have been till I am like number one spy. And she's like, which, she is trying to, this is her survival skill, is like, let me spin this dude who is fucking evil a line of bullshit to see if maybe he'll latch on. And here's the thing. He latched on, but he's like, okay, so I'm going to kill you, basically, because he wants to be number one bitch boy to the Duke of Sandringham, right? He wants to do all of his bidding. He wants to remain in a position of power. Clearly, power is like what gets his loins going, right?
Yep.
So she pushed a bad button on this man. An evil button. He's going to literally explode on her, right? But anyways, Jamie comes in, saves the fucking day, gets her away from there, and that's when the chapter basically ends.
Mm-hmm. I found a pronunciation real quick. I hope it picks up.
Mauvais gardeur.
Did you
Okay.
hear it?
Yes. Yep. I heard that.
Yeah. I'm like, it sounds very sexual.
That's so French. God damn it, that's
I was
so
like, that's so
French.
French.
Holy shit.
I'm like, damn. Under chapter 22, the reckonings. Says it. Jamie comes in, saves Claire. They bounce. They go back to the inn, and Jamie tells her, look, I have to punish you. I promised I would, and you left. So I have to punish you. Because all the guys are kind of standoffish
Mm-hmm.
towards Claire, and she doesn't understand what's going on. And he's like, you put everyone in danger. You put me in danger, you put them in danger, you put yourself in danger for the redcoats. So he's like, I need to punish you. She's like, I'm sorry, don't, like, no, I'm sorry, I won't do it again, I won't do it again. He's like, I believe you. But they just.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, like, the best way to have a lesson is to get a spanking. So he spanks her with a leather belt, a leather strap. We don't get it. We don't get that scene. It just kind of ends with him, like, holding her, and then the next day her ass hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And she's calling him all sorts of names, though. And, he basically says, what did he say exactly? Like, something about, he might not like it, but he did say he wouldn't enjoy it or something like that. So I'm like, Jamie's a kinky bastard.
Well, he's like, listen, I don't want to do this, but I have to do
Mm-hmm.
this. But sorry you don't like it, but it's like, it's the least of the things that I could have done to you. to make you pay
Mhm.
penance for your shit behavior. Mind you, the whole time he's very much brooding over her betrayal of him. Remember, when they
Mhm.
got married, he asked her for complete honesty, and she
Yeah.
immediately turned around and, for lack of a better word, stabbed him in the back by fucking leaving and then getting caught.
Yeah. Start writing, and it hurts to write. Her ass is sore, guys.
Mhm.
And so, oh, we have to stop and go to the bathroom. Oh, we need to stop. Like the guys are making more stops, and she's appreciative, so she can get down and stretch. But also, she's like, I'm fucking done. So they stop, and they're like, we're gonna walk our horses, and you guys ride on ahead. So they did. And so Jamie stays with her and they're talking, and I think they have a bit of a fight here where she's like very upset and with him, and she's like, you think I did this on purpose? I went and got captured on purpose. He's like, yes, because I couldn't protect you from those men. And she's like, what? And then she kind of pieced it together, like she was a little mad at him, but it's also like I don't think she did it on purpose. I think she wanted to leave because of that, but she didn't purposely get captured because of that. And so they kind of work that out a little bit because Jamie feels so guilty that he couldn't protect his wife, which I get, but also Claire, like, you don't need to be mad at him for that. Like, they came out of nowhere. I get being like scared and upset, but like, you don't need to be mad at him.
She can't possibly see it from his point of view, right? Like
No.
he took his, his protect you, protect your honor, protect your body, like protect your mind, all of those things very seriously with his wedding vows. And so
Yeah.
when they were getting frisky and he didn't have his guard up to be able to protect her from those soldiers, he definitely thinks that this is, the reason why she goes and gets herself completely caught up. And
Yeah.
she's like, right, no, it's not. And he's just like, I understand if you can't forgive me. And she's just like, I wait, what?
Yeah.
That's not, her mind is not in that thought process at all. She's understanding where he's coming from, but also she doesn't connect to his chivalry. He is way more chivalrous than her husband Frank has ever been. She has no
Oh, yeah.
idea what it's like to be cherished, right? To be put on a she's basically put on a pedestal for Jamie in a way that she never
Yeah.
was with her other husband in the modern era, which is like part of the like swooning romance of a historical romance is this part, right? This is what we've come to expect from a historical romance. And I love that
Yes, ma'am.
they like completely lay it out for us and give us examples because it's just like it involves you more emotionally in the story, like, yeah, it makes you be like, I deserve that too. And the whole time when he's like apologizing to her, I also found myself being like, and god damn it, I deserve that too.
Right, no, yeah. Like, listen here.
Yes.
No, I was so with it too, yeah. So, like, they can't see the other side because 'cause they're not fully sharing everything, but they're being honest, but not fully honest? So that day will come eventually.
Hmm.
But yeah. So after they have their little fight, they're kind of walking, and then I think she brings up the question about his dad, and so because he apologizes about, her butt. He's like, it'll be sore, but, it'll be better after like a week or so. And she's like, oh, do you have a lot of experience, beating people? He's like, no, but I got beat by my dad. So basically, we get more of his dad's backstory that his dad did beat him. Yes, he did, have to do this just for like being little things. And then he tried to protect his sister from it. It was really cute. All this stuff. But the stories are cut short because there are wolves in the woods. But they need pets. I want to pet the puppy. Can I pet the puppy? Pet the puppy. I would be like, but he needs to be petted.
This is not
I'd
Game
die.
of Thrones, god damn it. They're not gonna go adopt some fucking dire wolves in the forest.
I want to.
Okay.
So the wolves leave. They come out of hiding, and while they're walking, I get more stories about his dad. And we find out how his dad died. More, it's called apoplexy. Apoplexy. I forgot how they say it, but basically a stroke. They didn't have the term for it back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, his dad saw Jamie get beat and whipped and all of this stuff, and his dad, yeah, died of heartache. Basically, his body could not take it,
Yeah.
and so it had a stroke, and he died. And Jamie blames himself.
All right.
No, he really does. R.I.P. Dad.
Shout out to a real one.
Who beat his son, but okay.
Yeah, it's complicated, okay?
Yeah. It's complicated. But yeah, but basically his dad did die because again he saw Jamie be beat and he thought Frank beat him to death. Like he thought Jamie died. So he died, which logical. My son's dead, let me die too.
I mean,
But I get some people think like that.
yeah.
Yeah, but Jamie feels really responsible because he could have prevented his second flogging from not Frank. How, you ask? He was offered a deal. And this deal was sleep with me and I won't beat you. And Jamie's like, no. So he got flogged. And that's really why Jamie wants to kill him because he's like, because of you, my dad died, basically. And it's like, yeah, killed not Frank. I want to kill him too. He needs
At this
to
point,
go.
yeah, at this point, he needs to go. Like, on top of his dad dying, now he's sensing clearly not Frank has it out for his wife, and he takes that very fucking
Mhm.
seriously.
Oh yeah. Because he's like, I almost saw you get raped by men and like random men, and then by not Frank, my sworn enemy. Like, this man needs to die. So that's another reason why Jamie like blames himself for what happened to Claire.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I don't like not Frank too. Yeah. So they get to their end destination, which is like some inn. And so while there, Claire tells Jamie, if you ever raise your hand to me, I will fucking tear out your heart and eat it for breakfast. Like, don't. And I was like, yeah, go Claire. And he's like, I will never raise my hand to you again in anger. But I'm like, why anger? Just don't raise your hand to me, bitch.
For real.
Uh, but I was like, okay, like almost promise never, like, sir, except for kinky shit, but don't raise your hand to me. So yeah, so they have they're fine now. They're fine
Mm-hmm. The
after the whole
resolution.
spanking and shit. So
Yep.
all
All
right,
right. We
almost
have
there.
made it to the final chapter of part 3. This is chapter 23, Return to Leoc. So, Jamie gives Claire the news that they will probably need to leave Scotland after that whole fiasco. This pretty much fucks Claire's plans up to leave, obviously. But she's not going to tell Jamie that. So it's become, another layer has been added to the pile of shitstorm that Claire and Jamie have collectively created for themselves. Um, she knows that evil Frank is hell-bent on snatching up Jamie and obviously herself now. Um, so she's gonna have to noodle on what that actually is gonna look like for her, right? And Jamie's like, I don't know. Anyways, we're back at the castle. So Jamie and Claire, and that's basically exactly what happens. They're like, anyways.
Facts.
So Jamie and Claire arrive back at Castle Leoc, and Colin finds out Jamie married Claire. His uncle reminds him that he has certain items and things that belonged to him because of his sister, which is his sister, Colin's sister, aka Jamie's mom. So Jamie also reminds Colin that they owe him a portion of the collections from the folks who live on the Mackenzie lands as per his mother's dowry agreement. Jamie then leaves to take Claire up to bed. Jamie gets ready to go out for some reason, which is at that point unclear. And Claire is fucking pissed that he, after all of that, now he's just gonna fucking dap her up and dip. She's pissed. She's like, no, I'm not
Mhm.
cool with that. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna fucking throw a fit. I'm gonna pout about it. Jamie leaves and Claire gets really agitated. She thinks that he's gone to find Lear and tell her that he's married, and Claire knows that the girl will react really poorly. But that really doesn't stop her
Mhm.
from becoming insanely fucking jealous. So when Jamie returns, she starts a fight with him about going off to see Lear, or so she thinks that's what he did. And she's like, listen, if you want to be unfaithful, it is what it is, but just don't do it in front of me. And,
Mhm.
she's kind of thinking back. This is another like instance of her previous married because she recalls how Frank was unfaithful to her and there was little that she could do about it. Married woman in her future, her past, she had little to no power. Married woman in her current situation, she has little to no power, and she's like, okay, this is really mirroring what I've gone through before. But like, you're saying that you want to respect me. Okay, if you're gonna fuck around and I get it, you hate me, you can't forgive me, whatever. Um, just don't do your
Mhm.
mess in my face. And he's like, hey, bitch. So that's not at all what I went and did. I took that $3 that I earned from my uncle. You remember how we just went on that trip and they gathered all that money? Yeah, okay. I got $3 and I bought you a goddamn wedding ring. Here's your fucking wedding ring. And Miss Claire is like, oh. And he's like, yeah, Claire. Okay. Um, so, she's also even more insecure about this whole thing because although Jamie's actions clearly show that he's falling for her, he hasn't come. She's obviously her love languages. Let's talk about Claire's love languages, okay? Claire's love
Mhm.
languages are she needs verbal
Yeah.
authorization almost that whatever is going on is actually going on. So she needs
Yeah.
that verbal talk your shit to me, honey, before she can like ruminate in her mind that like it is real, right? His love is
Mhm.
real. So mind you, his actions have shown clearly that he is completely head over heels for her, but because he hasn't outright said it, she's like, no, he doesn't love me. Oh, he
'Cause she
rescues
had
me.
said it, I think, the night before.
Yeah.
She's like, "I love you."
And he was like, right. Yeah. Me, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
turned over and like went to bed. So she needs that verbal confirmation that indeed he is fully in love with her. So she's also afraid of the emotional connection that she's developed with Jamie. Um
Mhm.
and she's just like, listen, if you're gonna play in my face, okay, don't fucking do that. And you know Jamie's like reassures her, listen, girl, I'm taking my wedding vows dead ass fucking seriously. Here's this goddamn ring. And,
Mhm.
then he's like, all right, I'm going to show you how seriously I am taking this marriage. And he's like, turn your ass over. And she's just like, fuck no, I'm not going to let you sleep with me. You're just exactly like Evil Frank, which is like a shot to the goddamn chest, calling your husband exactly like Evil Frank because he's like, let me show you how much I love you. And she's like, ew, you're not to touch me, which is just like, Savannah, slow down. First of all, read the fucking room, you jealous bitch. To
Yeah, that's
literally call Jamie Evil Frank, to literally be like, you're
Mhm.
exactly like him. What the fuck are you thinking? Why would you ever say that? That's insane. That's a
No.
crazy thing to say.
Mhm.
Which obviously he takes huge, massive offense to. Um,
Yeah.
you know, and then Claire goes, you know what? Never mind. I'm not actually upset about the cheating. I'm actually mad at you for marrying me for the supposed money. And you know, Jamie's like, LOL, bitch, the fuck. I can barely buy half of a cow. You, you fucking mean lady. Here's this goddamn ring. He literally throws it at her. And then Jamie and Claire have makeup sex, and that's the end of the goddamn chapter.
And I said, one of the best kinds of sex.
And she's so off her goddamn rocker for saying that shit to him. Jesus.
I know.
Even more so, like, Claire needs a nap. Claire needs a snack. Claire needs to have some alone time and think about her actions.
Yeah. Claire, oh, girl.
Girl. For real.
Girl.
For real.
Like, Claire, I can't with you. Like, I understand, though, because Leary was out in the courtyard when they first arrived, and
Right.
so Leary was kind of looking and kind of overheard, and then she's like, did you go see Leary? He's like, well, yeah, I saw her, you know, out there, and that's really what she was like, you were out there fucking Leary, and he's like, I saw her in the hallway.
He's like,
I was leaving.
We walked by each other. He's in his boy brain, right? He's like, no, I did see her with my eyes, right? And she's like, you're fucking seeing her? You bet.
Yeah. This is very much the miscommunication, or like the boy brain versus girl brain, because it's like,
yeah,
she's like, you're seeing her, and he's like, yeah, I saw her. She was there. So funny.
no. Classic miscommunication. Classic spiral completely out of control, right?
Well, guys, that is a wrap on section 3 of Outlander. Next up is section 4, A Whiff of Brimstone. And this only has 2 chapters, but they're long chapters, okay? Chapter 24 and 25. 24 is 72 pages, because I counted. And the audio is like 3 hours long for this one chapter. One chapter is 3 hours. 25 is 48 pages, and it's about 2 hours for this chapter. So, part 4 is literally its own episode.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Part 4, we'll see you then.
Yeah, hopefully sooner than the next one.
I'm going to read it this week.
I am too.
Signing off. From your leaders. To our devotees. See you next time.
Bye. I miss her. Ow. I hit myself.
Jesus.
I know. Okay.
All right.
Let me kind of center you.
Shake it out. Jamie takes
I
off
loved
with
it.
Claire. They kind of. Sorry, not Jamie. Dougal takes off with Claire. They end up at. No, it is Jamie. Rewind. Okay.
No, it's Dougal.
Okay.
Jimmy's not there. It's just Dougal and Claire.
Right. Okay. I'm sorry.
They're good.
Let me start again. Okay. So.
And Jerry. Jesus. Jamie.
Jerry. Enter new man, Jerry.
New man. Jerry. I didn't tell you real quick. So my dad was like looking up something on his calendar for my mom, and we're like, what is this on April 25th? He's like, it's the perfect day for Miss Congeniality. It's the perfect day. It's April 25th. It's not too hot, not too cold. You just need a light jacket. We're like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, so I can text you guys. It's the perfect day. We're like, we love you. It's like, you need October 3rd now for Mean Girls.
Bless that man.
I love my dad.
That man. Oh my god, that is the cutest thing in the entire world.
I know, I love him. Sometimes he'll just randomly put on like Grease if Grease is on or something for my mom, and she'll come out and be like, Grease! Like, just because he's like, he knows it'll make her smile. And I'm like, I love you.
Oh, that's so thoughtful.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love my dad. Like the cutest thing. I was like, green flag, guys, green flag.
Major green flag. That's hilarious, especially for all of you like film files that you are over there. Like all of you guys like love movies so much. That's so funny. Oh my god, love him. That's adorable.
We do. We love movies and yeah, all of it.
Cinephile is
Yes,
what I
yes, so
was
yeah.
thinking of.
Yes. I was like, "The movie file, that sounds right." Sure.